Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to take you with me through the process of doing a 20% TCA peel at home. And this peel is from the brand Platinum Skincare. Here's a set of peels I purchased recently. Like I said, it's gonna be a 20% TCA peel. I did one 6 months ago and I did a video on it and I shared my results, and a lot of people seem to like those types of videos and like to see the actual results. So first, I just want you to know that I'm gonna take you through this entire process with me from beginning to end in case you've never done one of these or never had one done and you're curious about what it actually entails, because there are some really strange days ahead. After you do one of these peels, you're gonna look really bad, really bad, and you're gonna feel really uncomfortable. And you need to be prepared for everything. And I'm doing a separate video to show how I prepared and the actual exact products I used throughout the entire process. I'm doing that video next. But besides that, I think we should get into the actual application process. Before I do that, I wanted to say one thing. If you personally have never done any peels before, this is just my opinion. I am not a medical professional and I don't recommend anything to anybody. There's a full safety disclaimer below because this is dangerous. What I want to say is, if it was me or a friend was asking me for my opinion, I would say to absolutely never start with a TCA peel. You can start with a TCA peel. It is totally up to you. But if a friend was asking me and they just really want to try TCA because they had time off, I would recommend that they would start at the lowest percentage possible, which is, I believe, under 10% that Platinum Skincare sells, because then they have full control over the depth of the peel, the strength of the peel, and everything else, and they can get a feel for it in a more safe manner with such a lower percentage peel. It's a good place to start. Otherwise, I would recommend, if somebody were to ask me, I would recommend starting out with glycolic peels, and then once you know how your skin reacts to glycolic peels and your skin starts getting used to it, then I would move up to the lowest percentage of TCA, and then you will become more confident in the whole process and understanding your skin and how it reacts and everything else. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's important to say that because you shouldn't just go out and buy any type of TCA peel, and I would never ever go above 20%, which is what I have here. So I've prepped my face so that I don't have to hopefully worry about post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation issues. So let's get into the actual application process. I got my peel and I poured some of it into this tray right here. I have my glove on and I have a gauze pad that's ready to go. Before I start the application, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and don't mind, my hair. Also, I have a little bit of eye makeup on. I did not wash it off. I'm gonna wash it off later. All the rest of my skin though is cleaned off, and it's been double cleaned, and then it's also been wiped with alcohol to thoroughly defat it and get it ready for the peel. So with all that said, I think it's time for the application process. So I'm going to start on the forehead. I'm gonna move my mirror. Oh boy, holy moly. Oh my gosh, you guys. Also, let me let you. I was gonna tell you, it's also 81 degrees in here. I always have temperature problems. In other words, it's hot. Okay, taking a little break. I don't have a fan. I know, you guys. I know. I've gotten that comment a lot about, why don't you have a fan? I totally agree with that comment, which is not even it's not even a comment, it's a question. Okay. Yeah, you guys, the pain is so much more intense. It was very unexpected. As you can see, I'm having some good frosting on the forehead. Whoa. That is some frosting. Okay. I'm gonna have to finish it, you guys. Gotta finish what you started. Now my face is half frosted and crazy looking. Oh my goodness, okay. Whoa, look at that frosting. Can you see it? So I was rushing because the pain is quite intense. Wow, look at that. I can't even clearly articulate myself. I want just an evenly distributed peel. I can see there's a ton of frosting here. There was a lot here. I don't want this bottom part of my face to not be proportionate to the amount of peeling to the top. If I'm doing this, I'm doing it. So unfortunately, when I just went over the bottom part, I didn't have enough solution on the gauze. So I'm gonna have to go over it again, which scares me. The pain is thankfully subsiding. I'm using quite a lot of solution though. And even though I say the pain is subsiding, as soon as I put it on there, oh, it's bad, it's real bad. You guys, I think that's it for now. I was really surprised to wake up today and to see that I have a bunch of brown spots and discoloration. There's all these spots that are popping up, and what it is the pigment from underneath. Hyperpigmentation issues being brought to the surface, which is actually a really good thing. And when my skin peels, some of it will come off, which is amazing. If I have deeper hyperpigmentation issues, that's when it usually requires multiple treatments. So this area over here by my eye frosted quite heavily compared to the rest of my face, and it is swollen, like actually swollen. I've never seen that before. It's not bad at all, but it's noticeable if I look up close. It's a bit swollen here as well. And that's the area that is quite, not quite, but a little bit sore to the touch. So, I mean, I'm trying not to touch my face that much anyway. Also, yesterday when I did the peel, one thing really surprised me is that as it was applied to my face, I felt this intense pulsating sensation, and I've never had that before. It was the weirdest thing ever. My face is so weird feeling. I've done a handful of these peels before, and I know your face gets tight and everything, but this is a whole new level of how tight it is. And like, I can barely open my mouth. It started cracking, the skin on my chin started cracking, and besides that, it's just, like, as you can see, this is how it looks. My son said I looked like I was 40 years older. So yeah, it looks pretty crazy. The only area I didn't apply it as thick, I think, is the forehead. So the forehead, it looks a little shiny, but nothing, you know, compared to the rest of my face. I really hope you guys can see. It's hard to tell what you can see or not see. I've tried to change the lighting a little bit just so you can hopefully see it better, but this is where the peeling will start today and go outward. And my forehead has had no peeling, but there's like a crack right here. This is really thick skin that needs to peel off, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Honestly, when I go inside, stuff like right here, I'll cut off with the scissors. I know it's so gross. I was really surprised about one thing. The forehead skin is really, really thick. I thought that I had done sort of a thin layer on the forehead, but that layer that's peeling off is thicker, I think, than the skin that's peeled off on the rest of my face, so I'm just leaving it alone. It looks a little bit gross. In some areas where it cracked, it's sore, and I don't like that sore feeling, so over any areas that were sore feeling, I would put the ointment that I made. Tomorrow it will be better, but there are these areas that are really hanging on there, and I'm just not gonna mess with it. This area was a little bit pink right here, so I'm putting ointment on it, and that's about it. The new skin that's come in looks so nice, and I'm always amazed when I see that. But anyway, that's how it is with TCA Peels. So I will give you guys an update tomorrow. Hey everybody, so my peeling process is over for the most part. Like 99.9% of the peeling is done. I just have a little bit of flaking around here and here. And right now, this is how my face looks. So I just wanted to stop on here for the end of the video to share my final thoughts, and of course to give you some images or video clips of how my skin looks now with absolutely no makeup on, just sunblock. So here's that clip right now. I also wanted to come on here and share with you what I've noticed. So as soon as this area underneath my eyes peeled off, which it didn't peel until later in the peeling process, that part took a really long time to peel off. Once it peeled off, I noticed immediately that those bumps under my eyes were drastically smaller than normal. So that was amazing, and just my under eye area looked different. It was so subtle, but really, really noticeable to me, probably not to anyone else. So I noticed a great improvement just in general, and it's hard for me to specifically say exactly what's going on and where it's improved. Just overall, it seemed like there's a great improvement in my under eye area, and it still seems that way today. Now, besides that, I did notice that the fine lines around here and here, which used to be more visible, aren't very visible. It's really, really hard for me to even see them. I think probably when I smile or something, they're visible, but I'm not looking at myself when I'm smiling and talking to someone. So yeah, they're there sometimes if I squint or something, but they're just less visible. And I noticed that with my peel I did 6 months ago, I said something like that. It was so subtle with the other one. This one seems to be a little more pronounced with the results. And besides that, yeah, I mean, I know there's a line somewhere on my forehead, but it's not even, to me, it's not visible right now. That stuff is just hit or miss. It is so weird when you just have like the fine lines that are really fine lines and they're not deeply etched. So they're just like coming and going when I do different things to my face with these different procedures and stuff. So it's just sometimes hard to tell, like, are these going to be permanent changes or are they not? And if they're not, if you continue to do these treatments in succession, will they be permanently, not permanently gone, but will they be gone for a while? I think probably. And for those who don't want to do TCA, I think keeping up, maintaining results by using glycolic acid peels is a great way to do it. And a lot of people also choose to use retin-A, so it's kind of like one or the other sometimes, but I'm more on the field of using, I like using glycolic peels, and I'll get into the whole retin-A thing in a different video, but I think that's it for now. I'm glad that I did this peel. I'm having problems talking. I'm still not sure, like, is it totally worth it to do TCA peels or not? I don't think I'm going to be able to answer that until I do a series of them, and then I can give my honest review and conclusion and thoughts on it. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any thoughts, questions, suggestions, or anything, let me know. Otherwise, please tell me, have you guys ever had a TCA peel done, or have you ever done any other peels? And if so, what's your favorite kind of peel to do? Thank you guys so much for coming along with me for this experiment, and I hope you're doing well. Take care.